Since the very beginning, Donald Trump has told his supporters repeatedly that the people he wants to get out of this country are just the violent ones, the murderers, the rapists, the violent people who smash a grandmother on the head with a baseball bat while she's not looking, because he's overly graphic and descriptive on that particular one that he's said multiple times. But it's just, as he says, the worst of the worst. We have heard that phrase over and over, the worst of the worst. Now, of course, with his broad immigration policies, we know that that is not the case. Women, children, pregnant women, children undergoing cancer treatment at that literal moment, all of these people are on the chopping block, and he has sent them all out of this country. It's not the worst of the worst. Roughly 70% of these people have zero criminal record to speak of at all. And with Alligator Alcatraz, or Everglades Auschwitz, whatever you want to call it, we were once again promised that the people that are going to be sitting in that Florida swamp are nothing but the worst of the worst. These hardened, violent people who you would cheer for the alligator if they were getting torn apart by an alligator. Well, as per usual, turns out that was a complete and total lie, because the Miami Herald has actually gotten a hold of an operational memo, the operational plan for Alligator Alcatraz, and it includes how the guards and the transportation services to Alligator Alcatraz are supposed to treat the children, the very sick, and pregnant women. To the point where this operational plan also says when you're supposed to give snacks to the kids, when you're supposed to give snacks to the pregnant women, and when you're supposed to give medicine to the infirm. So Alligator Alcatraz is not going to house the worst of the worst. There's going to be kids there. There's going to be pregnant women there. And there's going to be terminally sick people who may have days or weeks left to live. And we know that because we now have their documents. The Miami Herald, again, did a phenomenal job uncovering this and getting the truth out there. But unfortunately, I have not seen this. This story is now like 2 days old, folks. Maybe 2.5 to 3, because I found it on my last day of vacation. Now I'm back here. But the point is, nobody's talking about this. The Miami Herald is not some tiny independent outlet that you can ignore. It is one of the largest newspapers in the state of Florida, one of the biggest in the country as well. They have the operational plan, and the plan says you're going to be bringing in children, you're going to be bringing in pregnant women. Here's the times of days you can give them snacks. Other than that, you can't, you just got to leave them in there in general population with maybe some of the worst of the worst. There are 5 Democrats in the state of Florida, state legislators, who have, of course, spoken out about this. They're trying to bring attention to these atrocities. This, of course, is State Senator Carlos Guillermo, State Senator Smith. I'm sorry, I don't see a last name on that. Senator Chevron Jones, Representative Anna Escamami, Representative Michelle Rayner, and Representative Angie Nixon. So these 6, actually not 5, are the Democrats in Florida that are trying to sound the alarm about this, trying to warn people that this little concentration camp in the Everglades is going to be used to house children and pregnant women and the infirm, while the media has already moved on from the story. We need to listen to these people. These Democrats, unfortunately, are a minority in the Florida State House, so they don't have the power to do anything. The session's already ended anyway. But this is real, this is sick, this is inhumane, this is cruel. People will die. They're taking the most at-risk people, at risk of exposure, by the way, because we're talking about an area of the state that typically has temperatures this time of year well over 100 degrees, damn near 100% humidity. And if you've ever been in 100 degrees with no humidity versus 100 degrees and 100% humidity, I can tell you which one's worse. Much worse. This is their plan. Kids are going to die. Pregnant women are going to die. Pregnant women are going to lose their babies. That I thought Republicans cared about, right? This is the sickest possible thing that this administration can do. And they're doing it right under our noses as most of the media continues to completely ignore it. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.